1961, JFK, who was the president at the time, randomly dropped a hint in one of his presidential speeches, and he said that in the next decade, he would try to get NASA, the newly formed Space Commission of the U.S., to send a man to the moon in less than 10 years. Now, of course, he didn't even get to see it. He didn't even get to see much progress on it, as he was unfortunately assassinated in 1963. But his dream did come true, because 6 months before the end of his deadline, the first men, and they were from the US, of course, stepped foot on the moon. Getting to the moon is tricky because of three things. First of all, the moon is constantly moving at a significant rate with respect to the Earth. Second, rockets that have enough fuel to go to the moon are extremely heavy because of how dense the fuel used at that time is, and the fact that the moon is 384,000 kilometers away, which is 384 million meters. And, third, it would take so long to get there and so much money. Is it worth it? That's the question that astronomers faced at the beginning of the 1960s when they were challenged by JFK, the president at the time, to actually get to the moon. Is it worth it? But regardless of if it was worth it or not, because it would just be an incredible human achievement, they spent the next 8 years, and eventually Apollo 11 was the mission name for the first men that would eventually land on the moon. It's essentially a proof of concept to see if men can land on the moon without them dying, them going insane, the rocket exploding into bits, them running out of oxygen, them running out of supplies, them running out of electricity, them losing contact with the Earth, them missing the moon. A bunch of stuff could go wrong. And so, this was a proof of concept to see if they had finally gotten everything correct after the past 8 years. And of course, if it failed, they move on to Apollo 12, and we know that's the historic one. But Apollo 11 is the one that made history. Well, it happened to make history because Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin and Michael Collins were the first team of men to actually make it to the moon.